everything can change in the blink of an eye.
Todo puede cambiar.
What would you do when seconds matter?
Cada segundo cuenta.
Are you ready? Self-defense is one of the most natural instincts since the beginning of time. The RDA Show, a podcast and live radio show where we discuss the facts and myths of defense in America, hablando de los mitos y hechos más importantes de la defensa. The RDA Show.
The RDA Show.
New shows Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Los miércoles a las 8 de la noche with professional self-defense instructors Tony-Damien-Marco.
Tony-Damien-Marco.
The RDA Show, sponsored by CTU Federal Academy. Only on Pangea FM and your favorite podcasting platforms.
Plataformas de podcast favoritas.
RDA Show, que se transmite todos los miércoles a las 8 de la noche, y donde estaremos hablando de los mitos y hechos acerca de la seguridad y la defensa personal. El tema de hoy se trata de tiempos peligrosos, dangerous times. We're going to be talking about what's going on in USA, and we're going to try to compare a little bit with different other countries. Like always, here is Damian Yates. Hello, Damian.
Hey, everybody.
And Marco Diaz. Marco.
Hey, hi everyone. Tony, wait, Tony on Facebook, they're running the intro. Give them a second.
No, but it's okay. Remember, it's a delay. And then today we have a special guest, which is Tony Corrales. He's in Bolivia right now. We would like to talk about dangerous time because we'll see that things that are happening in the U.S. right now leads to differences in points of view about how we're going to run the country. Since the founder fathers think about taking care about the system, we'll see that many other influences have been getting to the country. And right now, we see the symbols being destroyed. We're seeing some values being changed. And that's something that we consider as dangerous right now. Why? Because the way of living is different than the way of living that we've been for more than 200 years since the independence. Daniel.
Yeah.
I know that we've seen things happening, and I don't want to get deep about the Black Lives Matter, really Lives Matter, but what I'm trying to see is your opinion about how it is affecting you to see that some symbol status or like the one monument is being, vandalized. And we think that it's getting worse and worse, and maybe have to find a way to stop that.
You're gonna have to repeat that. Your voice is going in and out. So.
Yeah, it's
You have too much echo.
The vandalize of the city and the destroy of different historic monuments. I just wanted to hear your opinion about it.
Okay, so, which monuments are you talking about? You talking about the Confederate monuments?
I'm talking in general because even the Columbus statue, Washington statue is being demolished.
I don't know what it's going to do as far as the movement, but people have a different agenda of why they're saying that the statues need to come down. They're saying that George Washington was slave owners, and all these people that were slave owners, they shouldn't be able to have statues. I'm not that far into it as far as what needs to be done or But I mean, it's just part of what people are adding on to what they already feel needs to be done. I mean, everything is not going to be met. We all know that.
Right. The reason why I bring this out is because we have a guest that is in Bolivia right now, and we see in this particular movement doing the same thing in other countries in South America.
Right.
Talking about Venezuela, where they almost destroyed the whole history and trying to do a new version of the history. And then that led us into a communist, which is now one of the richest countries, now is the poorest country around the world. You know? So that's why we're thinking about dangerous time, because if we don't, I know that they have some rights to protest, but when they go, like you say, far and without the purpose, then we can see that the intention is not to claim something valid, but destroy the values and the history of the country. And something that I believe we have to preserve, bad or good, is our history, because that's going to keep us going to a better place.
Yeah, but I can't 100% agree about that one, because when you have something in your history that symbolizes hate, pain, anger, or problems, you don't want to keep getting a reminder of it. And that's this is the positive, or what some people are using or saying for this issue. So they're saying, okay, people in the Jewish community wouldn't want to see a statue of Hitler put up in their communities, or they don't want to see statues of Hitler up around the U.S. Hitler's a part of the history. I mean, but that's a symbol of hate for them.
You cannot you cannot erase the history. You
can't erase it. You can't erase it, but people don't want to still see symbols of it. You don't want to see symbols of it, because that shows a symbol of hate in the country. That's why they banned the swastika in Germany.
Then it's a very deep conversation, because that way I don't see that people want to destroy the dollars where
they don't. Well, they don't want to destroy. They want it to actually be brought down, and people are fighting to keep it up. Just like in NASCAR, they had the NASCAR driver, the black NASCAR driver, Bubba Wallace, wanted the Confederate flag taken out of NASCAR, and then it happened. And then they found a noose in his garage.
What about the 911 monument? Do you think that it have to be vandalized?
I mean, nothing needs to be vandalized. What does it have to do with slaves? Or nothing needs to be vandalized. Nothing. But I'm just stating the reasons that people are trying to use for what's going on.
Well, that's important what you're saying. Nothing has to be vandalized, and you understand the reason. We can understand the reason that we have to find a common ground to find the best way to work with. But destroying is destroying the way of life, like chess, for example. So that's the kind of society that there's truly an agenda behind all that. And that's what we need to be aware and be very careful if we support. Because like I say, the guest that we have right now, he's in Bolivia, and he's seeing the effects that are happening on that country. And I'm just going to go welcome to Tony Corrales. Tony, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you? Hi, Damien. Tony, Marco. I feel that the main point is the power in a few hands in the world. and they are going to throw it the confusion for the rest of the people, because they need confusion to get the power. And that's that I saw here in South America. I'm from Ecuador. I was living in the United States. My kids are American, and right now I'm in Bolivia, and I'm close to Argentina. Argentina right now is like a cancer, because everybody don't know how to have a right way. And they are right now with a socialist government. Evo Morales here in Bolivia, obviously he was a socialist, communist. It's the same for me. But what is the mean for that groups? The power. And they throw it the confusion. They said about the people that lives in the mountain, that they are indigenous, that are the enemies of the people that lives in the place that I'm here, that are the people that live in the Amazonia, that there are another kind of people. But they are throwing the racist, and they trying to put the people fight between brothers. And that's the same thing that I saw right now in the United States. You saw 15 years ago, everybody walks easily in the United States. But right now, everybody looks like enemies. Why? Because the people that need the power throw it, the confusion, and throw it all the bad information between brothers. And between the people don't know why, but fighting between the neighbors, between the people that every times have a share of the same time, the same places, but right now they are distracting about the main point, that it's alive, that have the future, and they are fighting. Why? Because they need the power to do that gangs, that criminal things that they wants to do, to have a free way to make the criminal things. That's for me the reason. And that's the same things that happens in Argentina, in Bolivia, in Ecuador, right now in the United States. If you confuse the people, you can take a free way to make the criminal things, drugs, gangs, prostitution, all the bad things. You can do it because the people are fighting between brothers, between the same people, and the criminals have a free way.
Yeah,
What's the solution? The solution is to have a conscience to the people that follow the rules, that comply the rules, and think about the right things to make and to make the good things, and don't fight between the same people.
That's what, when I'm talking about, we have here in the United States to find a common ground. It's something that, is fair for everybody. I understand your point, Damien. I understand the people, but what I don't understand is, like you also say, we need to be aware that it's something on top that's looking for power, using some excuses and moving and mobilizing people to vandalize with a second agenda that is leading to the same way that is lead South American countries. So that's what I wanted to bring to the show today, that even if is the right way to protest, protest, it doesn't mean that you have to vandalize the things or make more damages to people that had their businesses, or monuments like the 9/11, which is a sad era for all the Americans. No colors, no nothing. So that's what I'm trying to bring over, and that's why also I call dangerous time, because that confusion that is created But some groups trying to lead us to chaos, we have to fight against that. And we see it. Why? Because now you can see that even people that don't agree with the guns, now they're buying guns like crazy. Those people buying guns like crazy, if they're not well educated or don't see that we all are Americans, then it's gonna lead us to another, step on this fight. And then you're gonna see, like our guest said, our own brother fighting against each other. And we don't want to see that. We need to find the way to let people that when we say dangerous times, it doesn't mean that it's because it's more robbery or more crime. It's because the disaster that we can create, if we don't work together. That's what I'm trying to bring to the conversation. And Marcos, I also wanted to hear your opinion. And we know that at the end, it's going to lead us how you can protect yourself if this escalate more and more. You're going to start training more people. People's going to try to protect their family, their values, and their own ideas. And then that's where it's going to become kind of dangerous.
It's always going to be dangerous because people is just buying guns left and right. They run out of guns. Stores run out of guns. And we know, and we always say responsible. They need to be trained. We need to be training. Even us, we're always training. And no matter what position you are in, we need to be trained. It's going to be dangerous. It was dangerous in downtown a few weeks ago. And what can we do if we're not trained? People just buy a gun and say, I'm going to use it if someone goes into my house. That could lead you to a very big trouble. You know where the bullet is going to stop. If you ever pull a trigger against anything, you don't know where that bullet is going unless you've been trained and you are alert. You know what you're doing. If you are scared or you're seeing something's happening and you just pull a trigger just because you thought it was the best, even if you have the best intention, might not result in that. We see good people ending up in a very bad situation.
And I agree with you on that because once we start seeing what happened in downtown, if it start happening again or in different places, there are more people with guns, but they don't train, and they believe that the castle doctrine is easy to implement. They don't know the consequences, and it's going to be trials and trials in the future if they don't start learning about the law, about the consequences, and about the responsibility that it is being armed here in the United States, where the law, can protect you, but also have, two sides of history or facts. When I'm talking about this, and also I'm going to bring guests, because we have a very good and amazing privilege setting on the Constitution with the Second Amendment. I've been talking to Tony Corrales in Bolivia because, as you know, CTU provides equipment for security companies, police, and military. But something that catch my attention is why it was so easy to control during some era or the population in Bolivia is because, as Tony told me, the security guards are not allowed, not even to carry a gun. And the personal carry, if they approve you, you can use only a 22 caliber, and not everybody is allowed to use it. Can you tell us a little bit about that so we can see the difference between South America and America? And that's why I would like to keep protecting our Constitution and our first, second, and all the amendments that the founder fathers find out in order to try to make a better government or a better country. Well, Tony.
Yeah, I grew up with my father. My father was a police colonel and a lawyer of the police in Ecuador, and I grew up with guns in my family. Here, I got the same situation that in Ecuador and in other countries in South America, that the people don't have the possibility to have a gun like free, like in the United States. We don't have like Second Amendment like in the United States, and the people need too much documents, too much permissions, and too much documents to prove to the authorities that they need a gun to protect their lives and their family lives. What is the opposite? That the criminals don't need anything, and they can get guns immediately, and big guns, big calibers, and the people need a lot of documents, and the people are on the fence between the criminals that have the big guns. That's a big difference that we have with the United States, and that is that the United States need to protect and insist to protect, because is a good right, and is a very natural position about the people to defend his life and the family lives against the criminals that have big guns and have a lot of possibilities to hurt the people. The people are on the fence, and that is totally unfair. That we need to change in South America, because that Tony said, the guards they just have a stick. They don't have any defense, and the criminals have guns.
Yeah, they only have the baton. So can you imagine something like happening here right now? It's happening in Bolivia. There's no way that you can control or protect the population. So that's why we need to protect our right to bear arms and our Second Amendment, along with the other ones that are in the Constitution, like the free speech. And, that's basically what it is. And also, when I compare in dangerous times and going back to where we started, which is vandalized, I've seen the same thing happening in South America with status, with the different monuments, and they've been replaced for other ones. So always going to be somebody that is not going to be happy with that. But that's what I say, people, we need to find a common ground, but without those violence. Just in Chicago, in Minneapolis, in Chicago, during the Father's Day, 102 shootings. 102 shootings of people that probably doesn't have to do anything with what's happening. So that's my concern. Why? This is a dangerous time that we have to create a conscience that the way to protest doesn't mean that you have to destroy or damage other life, even with their businesses. That's what I'm saying, Damien. But go ahead, because I just wanted to just keep talking with you and see your point of view. And that's the beauty of this country that can have differences until we find out something that we all agree. Damien, your mic.
Tony, while Damien is coming back.
Oh, there we go. There we go. You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the common ground is hard to depend on from what I'm looking for ad on TV and what the protesters are asking for. They're asking for a lot of stuff, but they're asking for a lot of stuff that they feel is wrong and unjust. Now, a lot of this vandalism that's going on, it's not a lot of it's people that's protesting don't want the people vandalizing these statues and stuff like that. They saying leave it alone. There's videos of it. But I mean, you got these other groups with ulterior motives, and there's nothing they can really do about it.
Exactly. That's exactly what we were discussing before.
You have a fake proof with the media.
Right.
But yeah, some media just go one point, and then some groups that being inserted into the protesters, they do the damages and blame. So that's why everybody's blaming now all the protesters, even if they have the right and the legal and the moral protesters' right to do it. When they vandalize those groups that being infiltrated, that's what happened. And then I believe that my colleagues, to all the people that are doing the protest, just be aware of those groups that being vandalized, being inserted into the protesters, and to do damages, because who's going to get the blame? The protesters. And when we see this, I have easily, we probably train more than 100 people's new owners, right, Damien? That they fear for their life. Good thing they came to train, they came to know about the law and be responsible carriers, knowing that they have to protect their businesses or their families, but at the same time following the law. And that's something that Damien, me, Marcos, Isaac, and all the instructors trying to do every day. I see you teaching, Damien, amazing stuff. Marcos, you too, with all the tools that we have for the new person that are listening to us. We are located at 2015 Northwest 112th Avenue, and we have a state-of-the-art screens that is made especially to train law enforcement, civilians, and security personnel. And that's something that we would like to introduce, and we will invite you to come and see it. You can also call to the radio station to our phone number, which is Mark is going to give us in a moment. Well, he's looking for the number that he's going to give you. I'm going to thank Pangea FM for his their own platform, internet platform. To CTU Security, the sponsor of this program, CTU Federal Academy, and also we're gonna thank Blue Police, which is treat amazing to one our hostess, which is Marco. Marco, you're gonna say something about?
Yes, thank you. Local supplies. I was there. It's amazing. Excellent customer service. I talked to Lou Garcia. They are located at 7815 West 4th Avenue, Hialeah, Florida 33014. That's you can see a lot of people going there. They have whatever you need, whatever you're looking for, they are going to give you the best advice, not what you think is best just for you, but what they can give you is options that you can choose from this or this or this. They will ask you what's the ultimate meaning for what you're needing for. I mean, you have to go there. It's not only police supplies, meaning that they are only selling for police officers, but they sell for civilians too. Thank you, Lou Garcia.
Okay, and like you say, the phone number where you can contact us is 786-453-6646. We're here to help you. Any need that you have in training or any question that you want, any topic that you want us to bring to the program, please give us a call and let us know. If we don't answer the phone, leave us the message or send us an email to info@the RDA show.com. So we are happy to answer any questions. Damien,
Yeah.
now that we are talking about the training, that we're seeing more than hundreds of people coming to train with us, and with 3B Tactical, which is also your company, and I Protect USA, which is we train on Tuesdays. Give me your feedback about what is the most common reason why they're coming to train.
Fear.
Fear of
The unknown.
they don't know the fear, but they feel fear.
They feel fear of the unknown. The reason I say the unknown is because they don't know what's going to happen next. Just like what's happening is just like what happened with toilet paper. People started going out to buy the toilet paper, so everybody went to start buying toilet paper. Because they didn't know, even though they didn't know why they were buying up all the toilet paper, they were buying up all the toilet paper. So now we have the guns. People are in fear of the unknown. They don't know whether we're going to go into the dark age or whether everything is going to shut down and the strong going to be able to survive. They don't know. It's the unknown. But they know with them not having a gun, they're not going to be able to help themselves or protect themselves or defend themselves. So out of that fear, you got people coming to buy guns. It slowed down when the first coronavirus issues hit back in March, but then people started buying again when the riot started. And it's fear. And out of fear, a lot of these gun stores, they use that fear the same way some politicians do it, whether it's a good or bad reason. There's some of these gun stores calling their rifles and shotguns riot blasters.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's fear. They're buying out of fear right now of the unknown, of what they feel might can happen, but they don't really know.
Tony, interrumpo. Facebook request un pequeño resumen en español.
Oh, pues sí, puedes hacerlo.
Empezamos hablando desde que tenemos la Second Amendment, la segunda enmienda en la Constitución. Básicamente estamos privilegiados por eso y la estamos defendiendo. No están pasando firmas para que gente pueda defenderla en el Second Amendment. Hablamos también de los riots, las protestas que hicieron en el downtown, que estamos de acuerdo en que la gente puede ir y puede exponer lo que ellos quieran exponer, pero hay gente que no solamente hace eso, también están destruyendo cosas, negocios, van básicamente a lo que es directamente a robar. Se han visto que han roto puertas de tiendas de bicicleta en una protesta para llevarse las bicicletas. Tiendas en el Bayfront Park, saliendo con bolsas como que se hubieran ido a hacer compras. Es robo. Eso es la parte que no estamos de acuerdo. Hablamos también de que han roto estatuas en tanto aquí como en otros países y las estatuas están siendo reemplazadas. Dijimos o comentamos, siempre apoyamos a la gente cuando tienen que decir, exponer o hacer algo, pero siempre y cuando tengamos un límite. Básicamente el respeto de nosotros termina y comienza donde el de otros llegan con el respeto, no pasarnos sobre otras personas.
Y también hablamos de la importancia y la comparamos con otros países como Bolivia, donde los grupos con una agenda diferente para desestabilizar los gobiernos utilizan protestas legítimas para luego crear caos y desestabilizar los gobiernos, lo cual queremos que eso se vea aquí también. También hablamos de que en Bolivia, por ejemplo, las compañías de seguridad solamente pueden no tienen ni siquiera armamento, no está permitido para una compañía de seguridad tener armamento. Por lo tanto, esa era mi siguiente pregunta para Tony Corrales. ¿Cómo, cuando hablamos de que aquí mucha gente ha venido a entrenarse por razones de que tienen miedo a lo que no conocen, cómo es la percepción en un país donde las armas no están permitidas y qué él ha visto y qué ha podido palpar en la gente boliviana cuando no tienen el mismo derecho que tenemos nosotros? Si ellos están de acuerdo, si no están de acuerdo, ¿qué piensan en estos países cuando se habla de armas?
¿En inglés o en español?
Puedes decirlo en español y yo lo puedo traducir al inglés.
Bueno, es lo mismo que decía Damian, que la gente siente temor, mucho temor. Obviamente porque los gobiernos han atado a la gente y los grupos delincuentes y grupos criminales han atado a la gente a través del último gobierno, de gobiernos en general en Latinoamérica, para desproteger a la gente y ellos poder hacer los actos criminales. Entonces la gente siente temor, pero siente la desesperación de poder defenderse a ellos y a sus familias, porque es un derecho natural. Lastimosamente hay que caminar mucho para conseguir esos derechos, pero la gente obviamente sabe que necesita protegerse y proteger a sus familias.
¿Puede decírselo al público en inglés, por favor?
Claro. Here the problem is that the governments make laws in favor of the criminal groups, and that's the reason, because the people feels many fear about the future, and they don't have how to protect theirs and their families. But the people know that, and they want to take the possibility to take guns and to take the protect and be protected by the laws, and to permit to take guns and the things to protect they and their families.
So, okay, thanks for your opinion. In the meantime, I'm just going to say thank you again to also I Protect USA, where we do training every Tuesday. So contact us to the number that I already told you, to the RDA show number, and we can guide you through. It's 786-453-6646. And I'm going to put you on screen a little bit about what we do with the training that we do at I Protect USA with CTU Security, CTU Federal Academy, B3 Tactical, 3B Tactical, and many other companies that we partnership on training. Here you can train not only for safety, you can train also to develop yourself a better sense of develop yourself, your instinct of how to survive into an active shooter or any scenario. Damian, tell us a little bit more what we teach and why we teach what they see in the video.
Okay, Tuesdays. All right, that's where we teach with force on force or PvP. So the reason we say force on force because force it will be one person's deadly force against another person's deadly force, or physical force against physical force. You know, here we put you in. You can be put in any position A through Z, from actual robbery to carjacking to a home invasion to active shooter to ambush car survival. You'd be put in all these positions with someone, not a static target, that will shoot against you in a moment and will cause and gauge your reaction time, will gauge what you can and can't do in self-defense. So this class on Tuesdays is one of the most helpful classes that I've been a part of because what it offers. Because there's nowhere that you can go where you can make the mistakes that you would never be able to make and come back and say, okay, I'm going to correct them next week.
Okay, los martes damos estos entrenamientos cuerpo a cuerpo, force to force, lo que se llama realmente, donde aprendemos a desarrollar nuestros propios instintos de supervivencia y mejorar nuestras tácticas de defensa. Pero al mismo tiempo, esto lo hacemos con armamentos de entrenamiento, donde es un ambiente totalmente seguro para poder estar en situaciones reales con la seguridad de, si cometemos un error, no pagarlo con la vida, pero entrenarlo para ese momento. También a través de PTU Federal Academy, una vez que dominamos esos instintos y dominamos todo lo que es el manejo de armas con seguridad, entonces nosotros hacemos también entrenamientos un poco que van a todo lo que es protección, y esto sí lo hacemos ya con armamento real, misión real, una vez que ustedes dominan ya cómo van a manipular las armas. Y esto es para defenderse, aprenden a trabajar en pareja, aprenden a trabajar con sus familias, aprenden a trabajar con compañeros, aprenden a proteger gente VIP, y con todos esos instintos que ya han desarrollado en ambientes ya seguros, pues llegamos a niveles donde si utilizamos un real se interactúa unos a otros y llegamos a tener una participación más real de lo que es sonidos, y nos damos cuenta de la importancia de lo que es el entrenamiento para poder trabajar coordinadamente con los demás. This is the final step. Once we train with training guns and training tools that we have, at the end, the final step is go and learn how to protect your family, how to protect the VIP, how to protect yourself, how to handle the guns with your real ammo in real situations too. So basically that's what we do in CTU Federal Academy. I Protect USA. CTU Security provides all the equipment that you guys need, and 3D Tactical also. We have around 12 different trainers in different categories. Inside our facility, we also can use a state-of-the-art screen where you not only train for yourself, but also we have different others training tools. More than 900 different scenarios, around 100 self-training tools, like this one. I'm gonna do it right now, but just to show you the different training that we have. Even pregnant women can come and do the training. because it's safe. We work with the laser guns, and then you have to control the different scenarios. That's what we do here in CTU. We have judgment training system that is made for those gun owners that wants to feel basically the real scenarios when you have to decide if you're gonna do or not, if you're gonna shoot or not. Then we have this screen. This is a state of the art. It's almost $30,000 equipment that is designed for you guys to do training in a safe environment, improve your skills, improve your judgment, improve your marksmanship, improve basically all your training and your abilities to use the gun. This is an amazing. So as you see, we cover right now. Just to close a little bit with Tony, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and for the audience, please tell us, what do you expect to see in the next? Now that you're not in US, you are in a country that is coming back from a communist or socialist system back to democracy. What do you expect to see in the next incoming years in South America, and what is your perception about the US?
Okay, right now in this country, we are going back. We are walking to the democracy. The point is the nest of the democracy is United States, and we need to enforce and to enforce the democracy in the United States and stop that bad groups in the United States. Why? Because if you have a bad example for the nest of this democracy, that is the United States, we don't have a good example. We don't have a good model. But right now, we have a hope to protect the people, to return to democracy, have a new elections, and to change a lot of laws. I'm a lawyer, and I saw that here the law is a bad creation that don't protect the people. That's the big work that have the next government that we have here is to change the law to give to the people more rights and more protection. The reason of the government is to give the rights and liberty for the people, and here right now the people is tied their hands and they don't have a good future with the laws that have right now. That's a reason, because here needs to change the laws and give more rights and another perception for the future for the people.
Thank you. Damien, same question, different way, but what do you expect to see in US, and what example can we give to the country that wants to go back to democracy, and how can we help those countries, and what do you expect the US do in order to also protect their people, the democracy, and the system?
I really don't know, Tony. It's going to be a long, hard road because it's an election year. And a lot of people are doing things they wouldn't usually do right now. And there are a lot of people doing extra things to try to gain ground. You got a lot of people that'll do things they don't usually do so they don't lose ground. Then you got a lot of people doing things they wouldn't do to gain ground. So it's kind of hard right now. once all this died down a little bit and things start coming to pass, then you start seeing what they want to do or what direction we gonna go in. Right now, it's just pretty much a wave of what's going on and to see what follows.
All right. Thank you, Damien. Marcos, you are the same question for you.
Tony, sorry, te voy a cortar. Tú sabes que yo, en conjunto con ustedes, pensamos casi en lo mismo. Y también sabes que las semanas pasadas no pude venir al radio. Yo tenía pensado que era 1 hora. No sé si estoy mal. Hoy estamos con la hora. Corrígeme si estoy mal para poderme expandir.
Nos quedan 2 minutos.
Ok.
Danos tu opinión, yo doy la mía y cerramos.
Hazme la pregunta otra vez, bien rapidito, por favor.
¿Qué esperas ver en los Estados Unidos y cómo nosotros podemos influenciar en los países que están tratando de volver a una democracia?
Ok, en los Estados Unidos no te voy a poder responder al 100% porque lo que espero, no creo que tengamos toda la gente en conjunto. Mi respuesta básicamente va a estar mitad y mitad. Hay gente que vive aquí y piensa que la democracia no es buena, y hay gente que vive aquí y piensa que la democracia es buena. El comunismo o democracia, estando aquí, piensan o es bueno o es malo. Si necesitamos influenciar a otros países, yo siempre digo democracia siempre adelante.
Bueno, muchas gracias, Marco. Gracias a ustedes. Yo voy a dar mi opinión final y yo espero que la ley domine sobre las cosas que están pasando, que se restituya la paz, la calma, que los derechos que están siendo se puedan llegar a un acuerdo que beneficie a todos, y ese es el mensaje, el mejor mensaje que nosotros podemos darle al mundo, porque todo el mundo sigue el modelo o ha tratado de seguir en muchos casos el modelo americano, y pues debemos mantener ese estándar para darle una esperanza a todos los pueblos hermanos. Esa es mi opinión. Muchas gracias, Tony Corrales. Thank you, Damien J. Thank you, Marco. Gracias a la audiencia y gracias a Pangea FM, CTU Security, I Protect, CTU Federal Academy, and B3 Tech. Thank you very much. Good night.
Buenas noches. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Tom. Frida, we're still on the air. Okay, enjoy things that we do.
¿Seguimos al aire? Vamos a expandirnos otra hora.
Yo creo que sí.
Lu García me atendió. Muchas gracias por todo el servicio y la ayuda.
Gracias a todos. Yo creo que tenemos que desconectarnos independientemente cada uno.
Vamos a desconectarnos. Gracias Tony, gracias Tony, gracias.
Gusto.
Gracias a ustedes.